Social anxiety in the workplace. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here because today we're diving into something that most people don't talk about openly, even though it shows up every day. Social anxiety in the workplace. If your heart's ever started racing just because you had to unmute during a Zoom call, or if you've practiced saying good morning in your head a dozen times before walking into the office, then you already know this isn't just about nerves. It's a real lived experience. And today, we're going to unpack it, what it is, why it happens at work, and what you can do when showing up every day feels like performing on a stage without a script. Let's start from the beginning. What is social anxiety disorder, really? It's way more than just being shy. Social anxiety is a mental health condition that causes extreme fear or discomfort in situations where you might be watched, judged, or scrutinized. Basically, most workplaces. You might feel this anxiety in meetings, during one-on-one convos, or even when walking through a busy office. For some people, it shows up physically, shaking hands, racing heart, sweating. For others, it's mental, replaying conversations over and over, worrying you sounded awkward, or avoiding social interaction completely just to cope. And while the world may praise team players and great communicators, we rarely talk about the fact that just participating at work can feel like climbing a mountain. Now, you might be wondering, why does work make this worse? Well, for starters, we're in constant performance mode. You're being watched and evaluated, formally in performance reviews, and informally by colleagues, bosses, and sometimes even clients. Then you got all the invisible rules. When to speak up, how to network, how to be professional without being robotic. It's exhausting. And let's face it, most workplaces are tailored for extroverts. People who speak quickly, confidently, and often tend to rise faster, while more thoughtful or quiet folks can feel overlooked, even when they're just as capable. Add to that the pressure to be on all day, and suddenly work isn't just work, it's a mental marathon. I actually asked a few people what social anxiety looks like for them at work, and their answers were incredibly real. One person said, "I practice what I'm going to say in meetings, and then I still don't say it." Another admitted, "If someone calls me without warning, I freeze. I don't pick up unless I'm ready." And one said, "Every time I speak, I immediately start sweating and wonder if everyone thinks I'm weird." Honestly, these stories aren't rare. They're just rarely shared. But they show how social anxiety can shape how we show up or don't show up at work. Okay, so let's talk solutions. How do we manage social anxiety in the workplace without hiding in the bathroom between meetings? First up, prepare but don't obsess. A little prep can go a long way. If you know you have a big meeting, outline your main points or even rehearse what you want to say. But don't let perfectionism take over. It's okay to stumble. People forget words all the time. Next, deep breaths are your secret weapon. Literally one full, intentional breath before you speak can slow your heart rate, calm your nerves, and make your voice steadier. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. Another tip, start with micro-interactions. You don't need to jump straight into giving a team presentation. Try saying, "Hey, how's your day going?" to one colleague. Comment on someone's cool coffee mug. Send a supportive Slack message. These tiny interactions are like reps at the gym. They build your comfort over time. Also, try to notice and challenge your anxious thoughts. If you catch yourself thinking, "Everyone thinks I sound stupid," pause. Is that true? Or is your brain trying to protect you from imagined rejection? More often than not, people are too busy with their own stuff to fixate on ours. It's also completely valid to protect your energy. Social situations, especially if they're anxiety-inducing, take a toll. If you're wiped out after a full day of collaboration, it's okay to take 10 minutes alone, go for a walk, or just decompress. You don't have to justify needing a break. You're human, not a robot. And finally, you don't have to figure out alone. Talk to a therapist, coach, or even someone you trust at work. If your anxiety is seriously impacting your job, it's okay to seek help. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're ready to support your well-being. And that's something to be proud of. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something really important. You belong here. If you've ever felt like your anxiety makes you less than in a professional setting, please hear me when I say that's not true. Being quiet doesn't mean you're not capable. Being anxious doesn't mean you're not competent. Some of the most thoughtful, empathetic, and intelligent people I've worked with have dealt with social anxiety. They're deep thinkers, excellent listeners, and they bring a kind of care and awareness that's honestly rare. Don't ever let the noise of a loud workplace convince you that your value depends on volume. So, if this video helped you feel a little more seen, or maybe gave you a few ideas to try at work, I'd love for you to hit that like button, and of course, subscribe to the channel. We talk about real mental health stuff here. The things that don't always make it into the onboarding handbook, but impact us every single day. This is Ed Zachaprat, reminding you, you're not alone, and every single day you show up, even when it's hard, you're proving how strong you really are. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.